Things are picking up, people, because now we have the first big changes. We're talking big. In fact, I don't really think that does it justice. I'm talking boom. These will change the way you play SuperCard going forward. And whilst there are some card reveals in this video, so I got you there, this is about the modes themselves, and we're going to be covering off campaign, leagues. Yes, that's a brand new feature, and what's happening to PvP and Survivor. Yeah, you bet you didn't think that was going to get changed. Well, there's changes are coming. We can only hope that these changes are going to be good for you and I, but one thing that's definitely good is breathing. And the only way to make sure you're breathing is by hitting the like button. Yes, the thumbs up, or also known as the oxygen check button. I need to know that we're all breathing right now. Listen, I've heard rumors that apparently if you don't, it's problematic. So make sure you do, okay? Whilst you're there, new season's coming up. You want to be in the best place, hit that subscribe button and press the notification bell so you're told whenever one of these new videos goes live. You're going to find only the best content right here. And I want to know in the comments down below not only what you think of these changes, but I also want to know what your favorite PvP mode is. Are you the basic meat and potatoes, like a bit of war? Are you going Royal Rumble or a bit of Elimination Chamber? Or the technically new one that's coming in as part of this new season? You guys tell me. I'll let you cheat and let you choose that one as well. I'll be picking comments at random with a heart. Just to say I love you and I appreciate you for watching. It says we've already talked about our flagship feature of season 12, Super Showdown, which is in the video just up there, which I recommend you go check out once we're done, which they expect to be a bold new permanent mode that will fundamentally add to the way you play SuperCard. While we love adding meaningful new modes and features to SuperCard, they also wanted to prioritize modernizing and polishing some pre-existing modes as well. I said modernizing really weird then. Anyway, PvP contains some of WWE SuperCard's most beloved game modes. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. I'm glad I didn't say war there, because that is definitely... yeah. But they often found that they weren't able to highlight those modes effectively, nor were they able to properly reward players for whom these modes were their favorites. Momentum slots gave a small boost to a chosen set of your cards, and some of the rewards in PvP were exciting, but they thought it was time to turn things up a notch. They realized what everyone else has known for a long time, and that is PvP didn't really mean PvP, because a lot of the games you're playing PvP are you're playing against AI or a computer. You're not playing against a person. Player versus player, you've got to be facing another player. Nor they say the goal of playing all of those modes. So now they're calling it leagues instead of PvP, and adding a few additional features to make it a more core part of the SuperCard experience. And this is where it's going to lose you initially, or it's going to gain your support. Some people did not like this first point, and I just want to make it very clear that I recommend you watch this all the way to the end, because it makes sense once you get into the nitty-gritty. First up, they're taking Survivor off of its island, shall we say, and giving it a new home where PvP is now, but in leagues.
We should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else!
It also doesn't just give you survivor awards, those are staying exactly the same, but it'll also count towards your league points. And as they said, no effect, the rewards are the same. There's a few things that I had to ask later on, which I wanted to get clarity on, but the fact you can play more to affect your league point is, in my opinion, quite good. Some will say Survivor, PvP modes, nah. But I urge you to stay on because it does make more sense as we go along. Second, they're adding to league rewards. Yes, they're adding to the current league reward system that will be given out on a weekly basis, including a league specific special edition card that they say will refresh with a new rarity. Now, this point is important. They are doubling down, or should we say tripling down, on the boom method of rewards. This is similar to Super Showdown as well, because in boom, you see you got to get to certain momentum points to get packs and rewards. Some of them might be gold packs, platinum packs, some might even be a top card. We most recently had the tribal thief, Bronson Reed. They're doing the same as Super Showdown with Solaruka and Ray Phoenix. And with leagues, you'll now be able to get a Lita card and a Jacob Fatu. You'll see the Lita card on screen right now, and you might be able to spot the Jacob Fatu as we go through the screenshots they provided, but we'll look specifically at Jacob later on. It says as you defeat other players and progress through each new league, that being bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, the rewards you receive will have a greater and greater chance to contain that league special edition, until it eventually becomes a guarantee at the two highest leagues, which are gold and platinum. You'll still need to play and win matches to progress into the higher echelons of the leaderboard, and if you land within the top 5 of your league at the end of the week, you'll be moved up to the next level. That's changing absolutely nothing about the current structure of PvP. Top 5 go up, bottom 5 go down, unless you're in the platinum league, where if you go bottom 5 you go down, top 5, well, don't really get much, just an extra bonus and you stay at the top. They've also said that they are adding a few different ways to earn league points, which were previously PvP points. Some have stated that they are super coins, and that's not the case. Super coins are going nowhere. PvP points are what you use to build up your momentum meter. So you see here, I've got 22,205 points. Well, the momentum meter needs certain goals hit to take us up to X amount of momentum slots or certain rewards. So the only thing that's changing is the name. Apparently, these league challenges will usually prompt you to play or win a number of times in specific modes, but apparently new challenges will appear, I'm guessing at each weekly reset of PvP, or sorry, leagues now. There's going to be a difference of logo as well. The little island or hub of PvP will be changed to a new one with the league icon instead, as you'll see in these screenshots. To the most controversial point of this though, and this is where some people are going to turn off, they're adding 2 times and 4 times multipliers.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, okay, so some people are going to be a bit concerned. Rightly so. While these only affect the points you earn in modes, not in packs, including survivor packs or challenges, they can help you get the extra edge you need to rank up. Now, they say they hope this will breathe new life into some of the modes and get more people playing PvP, but there's quite a few questions I need answered, which we're going to come to in a bit. And I mentioned about Jacob Fatu, you do see him at the top right hand side of the main screenshot for the league hub, and it does give you the target points underneath that card that you need to get to earn that card, or earn a chance at that card if you're in the lower league, so that's bronze and silver. But I'd love to know your thoughts right now on these changes. I can imagine some of you have kind of clicked that there's a bit more benefit to this than it looks. I can imagine there's quite a few of you thinking something else is getting 2 times, 4 times multipliers. When does it stop? But I do have some good news, and this is relating to campaign. The blog continues with, picture this, you've played through an event and got a ton of great new cards, trained them up, and are ready to pit them against some of the campaign's challenging opponents, looking for special rewards like limited edition cards. The problem is, you forgot that you haven't played campaign in a while, and now you're behind by 3 maps. I can imagine there's quite a few of you this is specifically talking to. A lot of people don't try campaign because they've still got to get through like 5 maps. I mean, at the moment, if you hadn't gone through campaign to get Bron Breaker, you would have to go through rookie, amateur, pro, mid card, main card, countdown, main event, challenger, champion, and Hall of Fame. That's 9 maps. You've got to get through all 8 of the previous ones to even access this Hall of Fame map. Well, that, as of Season 12, is changing. You'll now have the ability to skip maps based on your player level. So every map is locked behind a player level, which, I'll be honest with you, if you're not at that player level, then you won't be able to challenge for those rewards. They say if you hit the requisite level, you can skip to the map that best suits your card's current power. There's 3 new maps for Season 12 when it launches, and Map 1 is available at any level, as you would expect. Map 2 becomes available at level 15, and they say Map 3 opens up to anyone level 23 or higher, which is probably when the highest rarity is reached. This is a massive plus. As I mentioned earlier, people will now have the incentive to, okay, we'll leave the other maps. We'll just go for the limited edition card that we want to get that sweet Bron Breaker, or let's go back to some of the others like British Bulldog, Liv Morgan, and The Rock that you had at the very beginning of the season. They go on that milestone rewards will now also correspond to the levels and maps you complete. So being split up into the individual difficulties or maps you're looking to progress along, rather than the number of campaign stars that you have. For instance, beating levels in map 3 will only grant you map 3 rewards, meaning that if you don't want to do it, you can skip map 1 rewards entirely. And finally, the blog confirms that the next reveal would be the 4 new rarities. Yes, we're going for 4 instead of the season 11 5 rarities, which to me sounds like they've learned from last year that maybe 5 was just too much and they're going back to what worked last time. So I'm gonna guess you've got a few questions, and so did I. And I had some concerns as well about the new league system. The good news is I was able to pass questions along to Zak, Community Manager Extraordinaire at Cat Daddy, and I'm pleased to tell you he answered all of them. Yes, every single one. My initial thoughts were about campaign and skipping maps. Would I be locking myself out of completing earlier campaign maps and the loot found in them? Things like blue crystals and red crystals and stars that build up team super coin bonuses. Thankfully, Zak has confirmed you will be able to go back to map 1 or 2 if you go all the way to map 3 because you spent a bunch of credits or super coins on getting some of the best cards. Next up, league. I wanted to know first of all whether people would retain the same leagues that they have right now, or will everyone start back in bronze and need to rank back up to platinum? The good news is that everyone apparently should keep their current league. Whether that happens, we'll have to find out, but it seems like if you're in platinum or gold right now, that's where you will stay. So if you haven't played PvP to get yourself up to the next league or to stay in your current league, now would be a good time to start. The clock is ticking. I then wanted to confirm that the guaranteed special editions in League of Lita and Jacob Fatu would be rewarded for reaching a set number of points, or was it based off of a certain rank you got in your own personal leagues? Where it's confirmed that the special edition cards will end up in the milestone packs you receive at the end of each week. It's not based on what position you have in, as long as you hit the points requirement, which looks like 20,000. So it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination, then you will get those special edition cards given to you in your weekly rewards. But I wanted to confirm that the points aren't suddenly gonna skyrocket, and that Jacob Fatu screenshot wasn't a tester. So I asked whether the momentum boost and milestones remain the same as they are in season 11. So 1 to 5 slots and certain amount of points to get each slot. Where it was again confirmed, and I think this is what won it for me, yes, everything stays the same. And will league points remain at the same value as PvP points? One thing I thought that they might try to catch people out on is that the value for what you get right now for a game of Royal Rumble or War or Elimination Chamber would change drastically to make it harder to reach those higher echelons. As an example, I said 5 PvP points for a game of War in Season 11. Would it be the same for league points in Season 12? And yet again, confirmed as yes, everything stays the same. Currently, this tells me as a player, without seeing it with my own eyes, of course, that the addition of all of these new ways and means of reaching certain point totals is convenient and is not designed to be a rug pull. Cat Daddy could have easily gone for a new approach to points and the points totals, and as of now, it's not doing that. It's just adding to the existing system. The fact that these new league cards are additional bonuses to the already existing packs without compromise is a massive, humongous win for everyone. And the multipliers currently comes across as convenience and not a pay to play system. I cannot tell you how relieved I am that that is the case. Finally, Survivor now going into leagues. If someone wins a Survivor in the new layout, I asked, where will the rewards go now, and will they need to be claimed immediately or will they be sent to the inbox? Zak's answer was that it'll be claimed in the same way as now, just in the new leagues landing instead of the main menu through the Survivor Hub. I then asked if a player wins a Survivor in Season 11 and decides not to claim the rewards until Season 12, with the mode moving to a different part of the game, where will those rewards go? And I was told, same as now, in the Survivor landing, which will be now in where PvP is, but as leagues. I can imagine a few of you wanted to know the answer to that one. My final question was that with PvP moving to League, it indicated that the PvP element was being withdrawn from that mode. With most of the games you play in War, Royal Rumble, and Elimination Chamber played against bots. So with Survivor moving into the League area and PvP no longer being part of the name, will Survivor remain player versus player? And it was confirmed, yes, Survivor will still remain player versus player. It's not going to player versus bots. You'll still be able to find other people in that mode, either friends or enemies, which I'm so glad that that is the case, because I don't know what I'd do without Survivor in this game. It is one of my favorite modes to play, especially when I'm on stream. So that is everything that we know about PvP and Survivor becoming part of leagues. And hopefully some of the questions that I asked and the answers that were given clarify things for you for when Season 12 is released. I think overall it's going to be a big positive for the game. Survivor being moved is a bit confusing, but I genuinely think that it's a good thing as long as they make people aware that it's moved and not been removed from the game. Not just through me or a blog post. It needs to be very clearly signposted in game. None of this reward mania stuff where people still to this day cannot find reward mania. Hint, it's in your cards, reward mania. You're welcome. Next up, it seems we are talking cards and rarities. With that being the case, I would guess we're probably going to get those reveals maybe on Tuesday if we're lucky, before Raw on Monday. I can't imagine they'll leave it until Wednesday to do that. We can but keep our fingers crossed. Until next time, I've been JB, you have been awesome. And if you want to find out more information about Super Showdown, go to this video just over here. How that mode's gonna work and interact with the rest of SuperCard Season 12, or hit this video down here to find out what you need to do in advance of Season 12 to get the best reward and what things you can hold over, or press this here for the latest video on the channel or my face to subscribe so you don't miss a single thing with the new season coming up. I'll see you in the next one, people. Bye now.